who knows? You feel me? Who knows? You know, they say spirits pass down, so that could be trauma from that. And this trauma is just come back up to, and I don't know why it comes back up, you feel me? But it's just, I never really hear people talk about it. Never really hear people explain why they are the way they are. Never. I just feel like with me starting this podcast and telling my story, and you feel me? I get a chance for people to really talk about it, you feel me? To really share their story. And if the people on society on this side wants to listen to the people that has the story and why they are the way they are, and you feel me? If they listen, they listen. If they don't, they don't. We're gonna keep dropping. Just as long as the story gets out there and people can have a better understanding, But as I was saying, so back to my story, like, you feel me? So like I said, growing up from the feeling only came back up probably like, I would say 3rd grade when I moved here, because I moved here from the island, so I was already fresh. So the oldest I think it came back was like I want to say like 14 or 15 years old, when I really had like another experience, you feel me? But like I said, I still didn't really understand right from wrong, because I was never taught from the first incident, from me being molested at a young age. I was never taught that it was wrong until, like I said before, like 12 or 13. So I'm just like, damn, what? That's wrong? From what society is telling me, I'm just like, okay, that's weird. But me as a child or a teen, I don't know, you feel me? It's just from the people I grew up around, and I just followed how they were moving, you feel me? You adapt to society, you feel me? So you cover the inside, so that feeling that's from the inside. So again, never came up in high school, but I always saw the spirit more in high school through people, you feel me? I always saw that spirit, like that same spirit that I was going through. Like, damn, I see it more in high school. It started coming out more in high school. Like, I started seeing more, as society would call it, gays or whatever they call them, more, you feel me? So I was like, wow, that's crazy. I'm like, okay. Anyway, I never had the spirit of a judging people. So high school would never judge people. Had girlfriends, you feel me? It just, the spirit never really took over, you feel me? So, because I always kept it in, never really talked about it, never really questioned why it wasn't wrong. It just, you feel me? But as I was getting older, feel me? Never paid attention to it still, but I was always cool with the guy my first encounter in the States, as being that first spirit that I met that was like me here, you feel me? So I was always cool with him, and we would always hang out, like, you feel me? Because we lived kind of like in the same area, you feel me? So we would always hang out, but it was just, it was cool just to be around, you feel me? It was just, we always used to talk chill, you feel me? And then as I got older, like that was like the only person that like I really, me and him was like I'm still cool to this day. You feel me? It's just that I would say I went into hibernation to this day, but it's like I don't know, it's like I never I think he was the only person. He was like probably one or two other people I showed myself to, but it was never on some, oh, I want to date men. It was just me being like comfortable around. You feel me? That's like that spirit. It was like that spirit was comfortable. I feel like we had a story like, you know what I'm saying? We probably grew up. They probably, I never heard their story from their side, but I'm thinking from what it is from, being molested as a child. Maybe that's what the story of them being why we have the same spirit. You feel me? That's why people like you, some people like when you're born gay. I'm like, in my mind, I'm just like, nah. It's like not being born. It's like being some like chosen type. You feel me? It's not. I'm not trying to call like how everybody else call it. It's like I didn't choose this feeling. The feeling chose me as a child. You feel me? And me growing up, not knowing the difference between right and wrong as an innocent child. That spirit chose me and followed me and stayed with me. But I always kept it, I guess, covered up. Like I said, it wasn't like a spirit like, oh, I want to date men or have sexual relationships with men. It wasn't that type of spirit. It was just having a love for like a self-love type spirit. You feel me? That's what I would call it. I wouldn't call it having a spirit of it just being free, like. You feel me? Not caring about what people say, not judging society, what society says. A million people out here. Everybody has a different spirit. Everybody. So it's like, you feel me? That spirit it was just like being a free spirit. You feel me? Being able to just be free. Free. You feel me? Just free. I don't know. That's what I would call it. You feel me? So, like I said, so then me as an adult after like school and stuff, like even the people I hung around, to be honest with you, I never looked at them like, oh, I like them or anything like that. Never in my life, bro. And that's, to be the guys on the truth, I never, because I didn't see that spirit in them. You feel me? So I didn't look at them like, oh, I like you. You feel me? It was just like, oh, we cool, we friends, you feel me? We kick it, play ball together. Like everybody that knows me, bro, you feel me? They know I never, you feel me? If you know me as when I grew up to be after after high school, and you know me, you know I'm a ladies man. I love women, you feel me? But and that's another thing why I think I love women so much, because it's a spirit that they carry that draws me to them. So you feel me? So that same spirit that's inside the people, like I say, like that I show myself to, like, oh, it's not a spirit of like, it's just a spirit of like, it's nice to be around. You feel me? It's a loving spirit. It's a spirit that shows love. You feel me? It's a calm spirit. It's not a spirit of anger. It's just a spirit like of peace. You feel me? That's why I say. That's why I say I used to be a lazy man, bro. I used to work at Hooters, bro. I used to be a lazy man, bro. And it never crossed my mind about of liking another man or having sex with another man. It never crossed my mind. It's just I never showed myself to people. I always watched people and always seen the spirit in other people, You feel me? And I just always see what society says, and I always took in what society says about those people. But I never really judged them. You feel me? Until I started paying attention to what society says about them, and I started seeing people killing them, and started, you feel me? That even made me more in my shell. That made me more going down in my shell. But then, I don't know. It just, you know, feel me? I started just making it on shell. You know, you don't want to bring it out into the society. So, and I said, this is a podcast just to bring people together and make understand. You know, just have a conversation, a Callaquwe conversation on things like this. You feel me? On different things. You feel me? Some people go through the trauma of why they thugs and how, you feel me, they raised around drugs and why they sell this. You feel me? Tell your story. You feel me? I'm on some shit like everybody has a story but scared to tell it because of how they think people would judge them on that story. Somebody, you could tell your story like me right now. Me telling my story might have an effect on somebody that watches it, for them to be like, damn, let me tell my story. Let me, you feel me? It might lift the pressure off their shoulder. I don't know. That's what, you feel me? I'm just going through, you feel me? But back to me, like, I never, like I said, I never had sex with a man, you feel me? I had encounters where it was like oral, me not giving oral. I never gave oral to a dude. It was just me always, I guess I would give it because of what I learned as a child, as a molested, of what you guys call being molested. I learned that from a child, you feel me? So that was always my role in the encounter with the same spirit as me, you feel me? So in your society today, you would call it being gay or bisexual, or whatever they would call it. But like I said, I never got too deep into it because of, I never really talked about it. I never really seen other people with the spirit in me. I've seen it here and there. Sometimes I never paid attention to it, but I've seen it every day, you feel me? Like, then as I got older, I seen, like, into this, I see it more and more. It's like, wow, you feel me? I wonder if all these people want to do the same thing, you feel me? It's just, I always wonder to ask, why are you like this? So, I tell my side of the story. Maybe people will want to tell their side of the story, you feel me? So, to this day, like I said, man, I try not to judge people, you feel me? But we all pick up the ways of other people and how you were taught, and we're never to think for ourselves and have a free mind, you feel me, a free mind to think, you feel me? So, I don't know, man. Feel me? I just wanted to tell my story. I'm trying to think before I get out of here. Do I have anything else of my story, you feel me? Like, even, yeah, I do it. Even if some of my homeboys are like, not say homeboys, let me not say, like, they don't know, like, my homeboys, they don't know that I went through things like this, you feel me? Because I never talked about it because of what I've seen from the other side of how it was talked about and how it was looked upon. So it was just like, damn, these emotions they're inside of you, just like, damn, man, like how do I deal with them, you feel me? If they're talking about it's wrong and people die because of it, like, how do I express these feelings? How do I just hold them in, you feel me? And then as you get older, like, what's the year 2023, it's like, if you keep that bottle inside of you with everybody out being free, it's like, what can you do? You feel me? People still fighting. People fight. That's why people, that's why, you know, people fight for equality, but equality too, because they have a story of why it's like that. You feel me? Some people get molested, like, or that spirit finds them because that's a spirit of love, and everybody somebody need more love. And that's the love spirit right there. You feel me? Like I don't know, man. Before I get out of here, I just, you know what I'm saying? I said, even when people showed me that spirit, I never told their side, you feel me? I never even gave that secret away, you feel me, of them, but hey, it is what it is. Just hope everybody has a way to tell their story, you feel me? And just hope people listen. If they don't listen, hey, I tell you what, can't judge me. Because at the end of the day, with that spirit comes another spirit. And it's a spirit that wreaks havoc. Because if a person like what I've been through get backed into a corner, it's a spirit of havoc. And I don't think y'all people who judge people that's been through things and y'all don't understand the words. Saying, like, think about this. Being called a faggot or gay or whatever they want to call it, being called that is like a black person being called a nigger. It's the same, it hits the same way, because people judging doing that is like, they don't understand the story behind why a person is like that, and a person like that might be willing to take it there all the way because you as a person don't understand them. It's just like a black person is ready to take it there all the way with a white person because they don't understand them. It's the same effect. And you gotta think about people like us. It's the same effect for people like us. We gotta fight both ways. I'm black, and I gotta deal with this spirit of what people call the gay spirit or whatever it is. So I'm dealing with both. So imagine me being a black person and dealing with this spirit. It's 2 times worse because now I gotta defend myself as being both, and that's not something good to deal with. Why? Because that's havoc. Everybody, if you're black and you know, you get angry. And people who have that spirit inside of them, also, it's a spirit of a feminine spirit. And you know, women, black women especially, they get angry and they destroy things. Mother Nature, if she gets angry, she destroys things. So you gotta think about being in that spirit, being black, already being black, you gotta deal with the white person. As society tells it, that don't like black people. I'm already gotta deal with that. So imagine being on another level, gotta deal with being people calling you words that hurts people's feelings, like homosexual, faggots, this and that, whatever they call them, these words that they made up for them and put labels on them. Just imagine dealing with both spirits. That person will wreak havoc just to have peace. They will wreak havoc on the earth just to have peace. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be like a mean person or like we so tough. No, it's not toughness. It's a spirit that just wants peace and wants to love. If the love is so strong inside them that they love themselves, what you think they'll do for themselves? You feel me? They'll be ready to willing to, and they already dying. You know, just like a black person. So like I said, it's on 2 scales. You being black and you being killed. You being profiled as a homosexual or being gay. You feel me? So I'm just here to bring understanding. If anyone want to tell their story, you feel me? Hey, tell it. Join me on my podcast, you feel me? I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. I probably have a part 2 to this, don't know. Y'all follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, at Callaquwe, Callaquwe, I think. Give me a second, let me check that off right quick. Yeah, follow me at Wide Open Callaquwe. That's WIDEOPENCALLAQUWE. I'm on YouTube. Stay tuned for my next episode. It was a wide open conversation. Never know what I could talk about. Never know. Like I said, follow me on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, check me out.